Hey friends, do you know what is the top 10 best animation of all time? If you don't know, just watch the video. If you like this video, just subscribe to my channel and keep bell icon because you never miss our content. Okay, let's begin the video. Top 10 best animation of all time. 1. One Piece, the never-ending masterpiece. We can't start a list about the all-time anime greats without including one of the longest and most popular stories ever told. Now can we? One Piece is a story about adventure, freedom, romance, and following your heart no matter who it puts you up against or how it makes you look. This epic, created by Eiichiro Oda, has been running for over 24 years and has over 1,000 chapters, and yet the quality of the story is still incredibly high. Just look at the current events going on in the Wano arc and you can easily see just how amazing the story continues to be, even after all this time. While the long upcoming live-action adaptation isn't looking all too great, there is not a lot more to say about the manga anime. The story of Monkey D, Luffy, Zoro, Nami, Usopp, Sanji, Chopper, Robin, Frankie, Brook, and maybe Yamato soon, is adored worldwide. 2. Gintama, the iconic comedy anime. Hopping right over to another monumentally huge shonen series, it's Gintama. Gintama fits into a lot of different genres, including adventure, shonen, comedy, science fiction, and mystery. But, primarily, the focus is on either the action or the gags. As far as the plot goes, it's about as wacky as they come, set in an alternate version of Edo Japan where aliens came and took over. But, as far as how plot-heavy Gintama gets, it mostly focuses on Gintama himself and his group of friends. It's self-referential, fourth-wall breaking, childish, satirical, and downright hilarious. Truly, Gintama is the perfect series for those looking for a comedy show that never seems to end. 3. Demon Slayer, the newest star of shonen. After Demon Slayer's adaptation started airing in 2019, there was no ignoring it. This show, animated by notable studio Ufotable, was so obviously well-crafted even from the first episode that it was clear the series was going to go places. And go places it did, because whether it's the manga or the anime, Demon Slayer is mind-bogglingly popular in both the East and the West. And, with Mugen Train coming to Crunchyroll, its popularity is only going to resurge again before Season 2. And while some aren't the biggest fans of Demon Slayer's narrative overall, it can't be argued that the incredible animation work by Ufotable, the impeccably well-written characters, the simplistic yet immediately gripping storyline, or the concept of fighting demons with elemental sword styles don't blend well to create the worldwide phenomenon that we see today. 4. Hajime no Ippo, formulaic in the best way. One of the only series to hold to run longer than One Piece and one of the flagship examples of how incredible sports anime can be. Next up is Hajime no Ippo. Following the entire career of Makunochi Ippo, from a pacifistic kid who was bullied to a name known worldwide, Hajime no Ippo is a top-tier sports series. And, thanks to 3 incredible seasons that span more than a decade, the anime adaptation is on par with the source material in terms of quality. There is a lot to watch, and the anime hasn't adapted all of it yet, but if you have even a passing interest in boxing, Hajime no Ippo is a perfect show for you. 5. Haikyuu, top-tier sports anime. Sticking to the sports anime train of thought for a minute, here comes Haikyuu. While Hajime no Ippo is formulaic almost to its detriment, Haikyuu is always mixing it up. Some episodes are entirely focused on a game, others focus on another team's backstory, and there are even other episodes that barely involve volleyball. But, no matter what type of episode you get, it's guaranteed that the quality will be top-notch. Haikyuu has a huge roster of memorable characters, some of the most well-written humor we have ever seen, and every episode has at least 1 or 2 nail-biter moments. It's just a fantastic story, with a remarkably high average quality per episode. 6. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, an 8-part wild ride. Take any other shonen series, replace all the characters with 6'5" unnaturally muscular men, and give them each their own superpowered ghost, and you've got JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. The source material, written and drawn by Hirohiko Araki, has been going on for decades and is an excellent tale that documents the lives of various people in the Joestar line such as Jonathan, Joseph, Jotaro, Josuke, Giorno, Jolene, Johnny, and even Jojolin. Every part is unique, distinctive, and engrossing to boot. What originally started as a story about a stone mask and vampires is now a tale about using your weird ghost power to beat up another ghost power user and looking stylish while doing it. The number of different franchises this series has influenced in its run is immeasurable, and it's undoubtedly one of the all-time greats. And, for anyone keeping up with the manga series, Part 8, JoJolion just ended, with the next part already confirmed. So, anime-only fans have the Netflix anime for Part 6, Stone Ocean to look forward to, while manga fans have Part 9 not too far off on the horizon. 7. Dragon Ball, Original, DBZ, Super, or even GT, it's all worth watching. The story of Goku, Vegeta, and the rest of the Z Warriors is one of the most iconic tales ever told in anime. From Dragon Ball to Dragon Ball Z, and now Dragon Ball, Super, one can argue that DBZ almost single-handedly paved the way for anime in the West. The endless power-ups, endlessly ascending power ceiling, drawn-out battles, and iconic characters have remained fresh in the minds of people for decades now, and the IP doesn't show any signs of slowing down in the near future either. And, with incredible games like Dragon Ball FighterZ, there's no reason to slow down anyway. 8. Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood and Fullmetal Alchemist, 2003 just some of the best. Truly, nothing beats Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. I mean, it's held the number 1 spot on my anime list for years now, so that should tell you all you need to know. In case you're unaware, FMA is the story of Edward and Alphonse Elric, two genius brothers, and their journey to get back what they lost while also finding new things to live on for. The alchemy system in the series is so incredibly deep and properly fleshed out, meaning that the world these brothers live in is just as believable as they are as characters. Brotherhood differs from the 2003 series in a few ways, most obviously the art style, but its dedication to the source material and the stellar animation work overall easily means FMA, Brotherhood has earned a spot on this list. Meanwhile, the original Fullmetal Alchemist, also animated by Studio Bones, is an excellent series that had to divert from the source material after catching up a bit too quickly. And, while it's probably the best example of an anime adaptation actually doing a decent job with an original story continuation and ending, it still doesn't quite match up to Brotherhood in comparison. In either case, if you're looking for anime to watch, and you somehow haven't seen either the 2003 version of Brotherhood, you need to hop on the bandwagon ASAP. 9. Cowboy Bebop, nothing more iconic than this. It was inevitable that this show would be featured in a list detailing out some of the best anime around. Cowboy Bebop is more than just a simple anime, it's a phenomenon that explores various cultural, social, and philosophical themes. Oh, and it also oozes style from every pore. It's a bit cyberpunk, a bit space western, and a whole lot of pizzazz. All of these are augmented by a colorful and eclectic cast of characters. Cowboy Bebop is a fantastic watch regardless of if you're new to the medium or a long-time anime fan who just happened to miss it. And, depending on the quality of the live-action adaptation, there might be a lot of people checking out the original soon for reference or to compare. 10. Fruits Basket, an emotional roller coaster worth boarding. Fruits Basket is an excellent example of a show with a clear-cut vision and delivers on its execution in spades. While many will boil the anime down to a slice of life, we feel that seems a bit reductive for what the show offers. The characters, voice acting, animation, music, and plot are handled with much love and care, making it near impossible not to grow attached to the cast. Fruits Basket isn't a slice of life but a supernatural drama with heart and soul apparent in every episode. If this anime gets its hooks in you, you will laugh and sob alongside the characters and root for their success. There is genuinely nothing quite like the emotional roller coaster Fruits Basket sends you on, and it's worth diving into if it sounds up your alley.